Now, if you're a fan of old tractors and machinery, you're going to love this, because I'm going to draw an old Farmall A tractor that's at the Pioneer Village in Laidley, and it's part of their tractor exhibition, and it's a fully restored, registered, working tractor, and they take it out on parades and things like that. Now be sure to stay through to the end, because not only will I be showing you a few little hints and tips and that on how I go about creating these drawings, but I'll also be telling you a little bit of history on the tractor itself. So let's get started. I'm Robbie Greer, and this is Rusticated Art. Now, as you can see once again, and I've already done the outline off camera. Now, one of the main reasons why I do a lot of the work off camera is not only because it can be a bit boring to watch, because I'm just putting things where I think they should go. Sometimes I get them in the wrong place and I got to rub them out, and I've only got so much time. You can't just keep going forever. Really, I'm just trying to show you the good bits, just to make it more interesting. But also because under the studio lights, sometimes it's very hard to see, because graphite tends to go shiny and it just reflects under the light. I was just trying to get everything into the right place, and I do find that the grid just helps. Well, it helps tremendously. It cuts down the time a lot, and that's took me like 3 or 4 hours to put all that down, maybe even longer than that. Now I've got most of the line drawing in, so the purpose today, well, what I'm hoping to achieve today is to get the under drawing done, and then all will be left will be to do the detail work. Now, even though I took the pictures of the tractor, when I'm actually drawing it and I'm using it as a reference, quite often I can't sort of see exactly what it is I'm drawing. So what I try to look for, especially in the engine parts, is I look for basic shapes. Now, the main reason I wanted to draw this tractor in particular, and it's a Farmall A model, and they were introduced in 1939, and they stopped making them in 1947. The Farmall A was International Harvester's answer to the Alice Chalmers B. These tractor manufacturers, they seem to like using the alphabet to help name their tractors. Well, it's probably the easiest way anyway to distinguish between them, the different models. Now, getting back to why I originally wanted to draw this particular tractor, about 4 years ago now, I was commissioned to do a drawing, and part of that drawing involved a tractor. And I'll never forget it, because I remember drawing it thinking, this looks strange, how come the wheel in the front is so far to the left? And even my brother-in-law, Colin, I remember him saying to me, "No, you got that wrong, mate. Look at the track, look at the wheels. That's not right." And I said, "Well, look at the picture." He said, "Oh, yeah." And I always wondered since that day why these particular tractors were like that. Oh, and by the way, that's the same brother-in-law that reckons I'm just a scribbler. He's probably right. Now, getting back to the tractor, it was a new offset design that International Harvesters engineers come up with, because the frame, the engine and the drivetrain were all offset to the left, and the driver's seat and controls were offset to the right, and this gave the driver an unobstructed view of the ground and the crop being cultivated. An International promoted this as its Culti-Vision design. The A was rated to pull a one bottom plough or cultivate one row. Now, over the decades, because Farmall's been around, from the 20s to the 80s, and most Farmalls were built for row crop work, it was called. And then there was also a lot of variants that were, designed for other jobs. Most of these Farmalls were all-purpose tractors, and they were affordable for the small to medium-sized, family farms, and they could do enough of the task needed on the farm that the need for hired hands was reduced, and of course it also virtually brought about the elimination of using horses and mules. I mean, I guess it was easier just to start the tractor up than it was to chase the horse around the paddock. Anyway, once again, I think it's about that time where I stop talking. So depending on what part of the world you're in, grab a glass or a cup of your favourite drink, sit back and relax with the beautiful music, think about the wonderful weekend ahead, and I'll see you in a few minutes.